Okay, inequality symbols are symbols that are used to order or compare real numbers. We're going to find out which is smaller, which is bigger, and such. So here's an example of what we're talking about. Less than, greater than, or equal to. So first off, let's look at this right here. Notice, 5 is 5 smaller or greater than 8? What I'm going to say is this. 5 is smaller, so it's always going to point to the smaller number. Or somebody may have told you, like, if you made it into a cookie or the Pac-Man, it would eat the larger one. Or like if it's an alligator, somebody says the alligator's mouth, it always eats the larger one. The open side always eats the larger one. Now you got to be careful here with this negative one. Because which is larger, -3 or -9? Now I'm going to tell you 9 is larger than 3, but would you rather owe me $3 or owe me $9? I'd rather you owe me $9, but I'm sure you'd rather owe me $3. So -3 is larger than -9 because on the number line, it's further right than -9. Now look at this one. What is the absolute value of -4? It's 4, so those are actually what? Equals. Now here you see a -7 and absolute value -7, but what's that -7 going to do absolute value-wise? It's going to become +7, so which is larger, -7 or +7? Would you rather owe me money or rather me give you money? Yeah, that one right there. Now here's what might help. 1/2 you can make into decimal. 1/2 is 0.5. So 0.5, is it smaller or larger than -5? Now wait a minute, this is positive. So positives are always bigger than negatives. So therefore that 1/2 is larger than -5. Although everyone wants to do it the other way around because they see 5 and they see 1/2. But -5 is smaller. I mean, -1,000,000 is smaller than -5. Now before I can do this one, I have to do order of operations. Do I do 2 plus 3 first or 3 times 4? Order of operations says you do multiplies before adds. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 plus 12 is 14. And 14 is smaller than 19. Now notice, if you had done this wrong and done 2 plus 3 first and gotten 5, and 5 times 4 is 20, you would have had the sign going the wrong way. Now the sign's going the correct way because 14 is smaller than 19. All right? So, what have we learned? We learned what rational numbers are. Basically, they're numbers that can be written as fractions, or if they're written as decimals, they terminate or repeat. Irrational numbers keep going on and on and on and don't repeat. Perfect squares are like the square root of 4, square root of 16, square root of 25. Or real number lines, how we can compare numbers, positives and negatives. We can write real numbers. We know about absolute value is the distance from 0. +9 and -9 have the same absolute value, 9. We learned about inequality symbols. It always points to the smaller one and it eats the bigger one. And we've learned how to compare numbers. So you're going to do a worksheet. It'll practice this 1, 2, problems 1 through 32.